The Premier League is the top football league in England and one of the most watched leagues in the world. It has 20 clubs, and every team plays 38 matches across the season. Teams get 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, and 0 for a loss. At the end of the season, the team with the most points becomes champion. But the Premier League is not only about the title. Teams near the top fight for European qualification, while teams near the bottom fight to avoid relegation. For beginners, the simplest way to understand it is this. The Premier League rewards consistency across a full season, not just one big match. La Liga. La Liga is the top football league in Spain. Like the Premier League, it has 20 clubs, and each team plays 38 matches across the season. Teams earn 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, and 0 for a loss. At the end of the season, the team with the most points becomes Spanish champion. La Liga is best known for technical football, possession-based teams, and historic clubs like Real Madrid and Barcelona. Teams near the top fight for European qualification, while teams near the bottom fight to avoid relegation. For beginners, the easiest way to understand La Liga is this. It is Spain's main domestic league and one of the biggest leagues in world football. Serie A. Serie A is the top football league in Italy. It has 20 clubs and each team plays 38 matches across the season. Like most leagues, teams get 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, and 0 for a loss. At the end of the season, the team with the most points becomes Italian champion. Serie A is known for its history, tactical football, strong defending, and legendary clubs like Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Roma, and Napoli. For beginners, the simplest way to understand Serie A is this. It is Italy's main domestic league and one of the most historic competitions in European football. Bundesliga. The Bundesliga is the top football league in Germany. It has 18 clubs, so each team plays 34 league matches across the season. Teams get 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, and 0 for a loss. At the end of the season, the team with the most points becomes German champion. The Bundesliga is known for passionate fans, big stadium atmospheres, attacking football, and clubs like Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, Bayer Leverkusen, and RB Leipzig. For beginners, the simplest way to understand the Bundesliga is this. It is Germany's main domestic league, known for high-energy football and some of the best fan culture in the world. Ligue 1. Ligue 1 is the top football league in France. It has 18 clubs and each team plays 34 matches across the season. Teams get 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, and 0 for a loss. At the end of the season, the team with the most points becomes French champion. Ligue 1 is known for producing young talent, developing future stars, and clubs like Paris Saint-Germain, Marseille, Lyon, Monaco, and Lille. For beginners, the simplest way to understand Ligue 1 is this. It is France's main domestic league and an important part of the top European football pyramid. Champions League. The Champions League is the biggest club competition in European football. It features top clubs from different European leagues like England, Spain, Italy, Germany, and France. Unlike domestic leagues, where clubs only compete against teams from their own country, the Champions League brings together the strongest clubs across Europe. Teams first compete in the league phase, then the best teams move into the knockout rounds. For beginners, the easiest way to understand it is this. The Champions League is where Europe's best clubs compete to become champions of Europe. Europa League. The Europa League is Europe's second biggest club competition, just below the Champions League. It features strong clubs from different European leagues that either qualify through their domestic league position, win certain domestic cups, or enter after missing out on the Champions League. The competition starts with a league phase, and the best teams then move into the knockout rounds. For beginners, the easiest way to understand the Europa League is this. It is not quite the Champions League, but it is still a major European trophy, and winning it can be a huge achievement for any club. Conference League. The Conference League is Europe's third major club competition, below the Champions League and Europa League. It was created to give more clubs from across Europe the chance to compete in European football, especially teams from smaller leagues or clubs that do not usually reach the biggest competitions. Like the other European tournaments, teams compete through a league phase and then move into knockout rounds. For beginners, the easiest way to understand it is this. The Conference League gives more clubs a realistic chance to win a European trophy, even if they are not among the biggest teams in Europe. Domestic Cups. Domestic cups are knockout competitions played within one country. Unlike a league, where teams collect points across a full season, a cup is usually simple, win and you move on, lose and you are out. Examples include the FA Cup in England, the Copa del Rey in Spain, the Coppa Italia in Italy, and the DFB Pokal in Germany. Domestic cups are important because they often include teams from different divisions, which means smaller clubs can face giant clubs and sometimes create huge upsets. For beginners, the easiest way to understand the domestic cups is this. They are national knockout tournaments where one bad game can end your run. World Cup. The World Cup is the biggest international football competition. Unlike club competitions, the World Cup is for national teams, so countries like Brazil, Argentina, France, England, Spain, and Germany compete to become world champions. It usually happens every 4 years, which is part of what makes it feel so special. Teams have to qualify through their own region before reaching the final tournament, except host nations, who usually qualify automatically. For beginners, the easiest way to understand the World Cup is this. It is football's biggest international tournament, where countries compete for the most famous trophy in the sport, European Championship. The European Championship, often called the Euros, is the main international tournament for European national teams. Instead of clubs competing, countries like England, France, Spain, Germany, Italy, Portugal, and the Netherlands compete to become champions of Europe. It usually happens every 4 years, and teams have to qualify before reaching the final tournament. For beginners, the easiest way to understand the Euros is this. It is like the World Cup, but only for European countries. It is one of the biggest international tournaments in football. Copa America. Copa America is the main international tournament for South American national teams. Countries like Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, Colombia, and Chile compete to become champions of South America. It is one of the oldest and most historic international competitions in football, and it has produced some of the sport's biggest rivalries and moments. Unlike the World Cup, which includes teams from every continent, Copa America mainly focuses on South American nations, although guest teams from other regions have sometimes been invited. For beginners, the easiest way to understand Copa America is this. It is South America's version of the Euros and one of the most important international trophies in football, AFCON. AFCON stands for the Africa Cup of Nations. It is the main international tournament for African national teams, with countries like Nigeria, Egypt, Senegal, Morocco, Ivory Coast, Ghana, and Cameroon competing to become champions of Africa. Like the Euros and Copa America, it is for countries, not clubs. AFCON is known for passionate fans, unpredictable matches, physical intensity, and some of the best players from African football representing their nations. For beginners, the easiest way to understand AFCON is this. It is Africa's biggest international football tournament and one of the most important trophies in world football. Club World Cup. The Club World Cup is an international club competition where top clubs from different continents compete against each other. Unlike the World Cup, which is for countries, the Club World Cup is for clubs. So instead of Brazil, Argentina, or France, you might see teams like Real Madrid, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Flamengo, Al Ahly, or Urawa Red Diamonds. The idea is simple. Take successful clubs from around the world and put them in one tournament to decide a global club champion. For beginners, the easiest way to understand the Club World Cup is this. It is a global club tournament where teams from different continents compete to prove who is the best club side in the world. If you're new to football and want to understand the game properly, I've also made a Football Explained Beginner Starter Pack, which breaks down the rules, positions, tactics, trophies, and key basics.